All right, hopefully this works. I apologize for any noise you guys got in the last live. I didn't notice it myself, but that does not mean anything in the great world of technology. I'm reattempting a blend I don't know if I meant to make. But we'll find out. Todd is back. Welcome, Todd. Is there any noise here for you? That fixed it nice. Yeah, I just closed out Restream. I usually do that, but I just saw it. It said end stream and I could start again. So I clicked start again and it brought up the same stream. I didn't know it would bring me right back into it. All right, sounds good. When Martin, great to have you in, buddy. I'm glad it fixed it. It does that, but if a restart will fix it, I'm happy with that. Yeah, this other attempt at this blend was not working, so I set the pipe down. I'm like, I'm not meant to figure that one out or smoke through the rest of it. I'm getting soap now. So it's got to be pH or some kind of chemistry going on, unless I just made like barbecue soap. And I'm not a fan of barbecue soap. I will let you know that now. I'll be honest. I have now learned of a couple of tobaccos not to blend together. Horatio, it's been a long time, buddy. How you doing? Yeah, when it went from Sweet Baby Ray's and pulled pork, then a really familiar flavor of some kind of food I haven't tasted for years, but I loved. Then soap towards the end, and I'm like, this is not my kind of transition. It'd be like going to a Chinese restaurant and you get all your food ready and you get the soup, and they didn't, if they wouldn't have rinsed out the cup good enough after it was washed. And you're like, what's going on with this flavor? Actually, yes, Zippo, that blend could have been called something like that. Bacon soap, because I got bacon and barbecue first. So I was like, I just made a bacon blend by mistake. I always picture the ratio when I see one Simplex's name. Right, this bowl full better be better. Yeah, my wife said, you got to use your pipe. It helps you out pretty good. It's been a while, but it's hard to use your pipe when you don't feel good. But it does help if I use it. So, do what you got to do. That's better already. I don't know what this would be called yet, but it is much more promising. That's right, Martin. All right, there you go, Dingus. Yeah, I don't even know everything I'm going to get from this, but I'm giving it my best. Oh no, Zippo. Another one down the rabbit hole. Well, I'm glad you're here, Horatio, because I've been wanting to send you some, but I haven't seen you for a while. And then I've been sick for about a week, and that didn't help me remember squat. And that's not an excuse. It just is what it is. I didn't even get to help my dad working on the garage, which we have an electrician tomorrow. And yeah, we're almost done, guys. As soon as the electrician's done, we're moving stuff in. We'll get it set up, and then I'll do a video and show you guys the finished product and that awesome lathe. Get everything set up and show it off. It's going to be cool. Well, let's do a name vote while we're here, while everything is working, while we have a dingus.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
All right.
This is Lego tray. Hey, that is a legitimate alternate use there, Martin.
You know, I made one reverse for my brother, and it's called a valet tray. So, you know, and those things they're small, Martin, so that because they're for travel. So it's like you throw it in your backpack, throw it in your pocket. You know, bigger ones don't travel so well. I've learned. So I had a question for you, John, and everybody out there.
Certainly.
I have done my first pressing.
Ooh.
And this is my dingus. Hello, Todd. Hey, Craig. This is my everything's from last year. You know, all the little extras. You know, or you know,
Nice.
not enough for a bowl. I added it all to a jar. So, you know, in my pipe journey started off with aromatics and ended with vapors. So there's a lot of weird stuff in here. But I pressed it earlier in the week. My question is, what do I do with it now? Do I just leave it in here for a month? Or do I pop this out and put it in a jar? You know,
Either way, you could do either one.
oh, like it won't go bad if I leave it like in a zippy in a thingy for a month.
I don't think
Well, I don't,
so. I've had mine in a press for almost a month, and I didn't have any problems.
is it worth it? You know, do you get any? Is there anything? Do you get more out of it being pressed for a month versus like a week or a couple days?
You can, depending on the blend. I don't know how your Frankenstein one will be, but for example,
Call it Dingustein.
Mordor, Mordor, Hillbilly Piper smokes the living heck out of that, and he pressed it, and he was leaving it. He left it for 3 weeks or so, and I noticed a difference within a couple days of just having it in a press versus just fresh blending it and smoking it. But I don't know what 3 weeks would do for that one. I don't imagine it would change a lot, but I would
It,
imagine it only get better.
it's hard enough to throw at someone and kill somebody. You can
That's
play
what she
hockey with
said.
it.
Oh, To answer your question, now that
Okay.
I've lost
Dan
it.
says leave it at least a week. Martin says it's too tight for oxygen to get in there and mold, I would guess. Claude says no. Pressing anything after a week doesn't do anything to warrant it's taking up space in the press, in my opinion. Okay. So a week seems like it helps the oils mingle together. Yeah, I would, but once you press it and it's hard like a puck, especially like a week, then you put it in a jar, it's still mingling.
Yeah, that's how I
Under
look at
pressure.
it.
I'll probably pop it out, put it in a jar, and heat it up a little bit. Just do a little heat treatment. Let it really goo up, get all squishy. Yeah. All right. Well, that was my thing. So on to your thing,
And
John.
Dan, yes, the electrician will be here tomorrow, even though it's Sunday. It's one our neighbors know, and he does his own work and schedule stuff. So otherwise, we had some electricians that were like way booked out. One guy was like, I don't know if I'll be there to look at the place this month. And another one said, I don't even know if I can take any work on for 2 months. And we know an in-law who is an electrician, but he has a negative disposition over certain types of people depending on his mood of that day. And so we don't want him around. But my dad's like, I could do the whole thing. He's like, but then again, I could also make a stupid mistake and electrocute myself or burn the garage down. I'm like, yeah, I don't have the energy to do all that to a garage again. Like, we worked our butts off on that thing.
Oh man, I'm thinking I'm gonna do some kind of like special thing for Todd on the live tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think like you do exclamation Todd, and it'll I don't know give you a couple of Betty bucks and put up a thing. Go sub Todd. I don't know. It depends on if I can figure it out or not.
Exactly, Martin. And it came to the point when you know you got an electrician in the family and you think, oh, that's who you should go to first. We tried that, and yeah, we're never again, man, never again.
Hey, Aaron.
My dad's
What's
like,
up?
even if he was the last option, I'd still wait.
Everyone's got family like that.
Well, he's a bigot by the original sense of by the original actual meaning of bigot, where you think you're above somebody else for whatever reason. Doesn't have to be race or anything, but he is his own. He's got little big man syndrome, and he's a bigot who thinks the world owes him everything. He and his wife collected their retirement way early, so they took a big hit out of it, and then they spent it all on cars and furniture. So they have no retirement, but he doesn't like to work, but he wants money. So when he does work, he complains the whole time and charges the living hell out of you. You're right. Good. And then he decides what he does. Like, we had him work on this room, and my dad said, I want 3 or 4 outlets per wall. Said they're not going to be using them all outlets all the time. I want there to be plenty of spots that you can reach whatever you need to reach.
Right.
And because we only have 1 outlet upstairs, and well, for that living room, no, we have 2. We have 1 on they're on each side of the room, but it needed to have 4, but there's a chimney, and the guy did it all himself when he built the place. So he did pretty good anyway, but then he decided, let's put 1 on each wall instead of what your dad's paying me for. So He complained about the guys doing work putting the room on, and then he's the only one that made mistakes when he did his part. So it was just kind of funny, and then we're like, good, now we're over it. Oh, yeah, I could have given it some dry time too, Dan. I didn't know how much it would dry out in the Ziploc bag in the envelope, so I just sent it as is. And Chronicles of a Pipe Maker, I don't think I said hi, so welcome in, brother. It's
Hey,
good to have
Aaron.
you with us. And Dark Lord, I'm glad you're enjoying the Irish coffee, buddy.
That's Aaron McCabe.
Yep. I did remember his name, but thank you, because I usually don't. He was also Briar'd for a little bit.
Yep. He made this.
Yeah, he does some awesome custom work.
Yeah, that tree beard he did was off the hook.
That was amazing, because I liked the Spider-Man one a lot, and I didn't at the time. I just didn't think I thought that was the best one I'd seen time.
This one smokes
And the tree
great.
beard one, wow.
Smokes great. Nice thick walls on the bowls. I can't superheat this thing if I wanted to. I'm McCobra now. Martin, I think I have. I think I've got that under control as far as getting that made for Todd. But I do need to have a conversation with you about how you get tins and points. All I can do is Betty Bucks or points. I can't figure it out. Anyway, yeah.
It came off quite said Betty Buns.
I changed.
I was like, I think Todd would be good for that one.
I changed some of the nomenclature in for heist. So now you're going for Betty Bucks, and it's Dingus and something else gets a crew together. It'll be fun. And then we have like instead of Davy Jones' locker, you have Boris the Piper's freezer.
That's awesome. Of course it'd be Boris. That's awesome.
Explain the heist. In what terms, Martin? So the heist is a widget
right
on
Dan.
CloudBot that people can play, and you go exclamation, you type exclamation HEIST, and then space, and then a minimum of 50, I think is the minimum draw in there, and it'll start off this heist. It'll say Dingus McSwine has got together a crew, or is going to get some booty or something like that. And if you want to join, you type in exclamation, I think it's join or something like that, and then how many you want to throw in, how many Betty Bucks you want to throw in, and then it begins the heist. And there's, I think, 3 options. 1, everybody wins. 2, nobody wins. And 3, some people win. So, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a lot. That's my favorite one. I love watching that one.
That'd be pretty cool.
I do want to keep Betty Buns for myself, Dan. You're correct there. So yeah, we give out Betty Bucks.
Oh, I should type these on here. I think would be the way to do it.
Betty Buns. That's all mine.
Betty Buns.
Betty Buns.
That's just fun to say.
It is. You know, that's the thing, because Betty's name is actually Carolyn. So, but because everybody knows her as Betty now, I have to keep calling her Betty all the time, like in many different aspects now of life. It's weird.
There goes Carolyn credits. They're now void.
Credits.
I just invested on all this fancy Carolyn credits, and now everybody's jumping over to the new currency online. Way to go.
Did you see Briar Report did a little blurb about my that one Saturday Night Live I did where I was testing it out? That was pretty cool.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
Well, I think I saw live, but I didn't see his deal at the Briar Report. I'll have to look.
The funny thing is, so I went ahead and bought a domain name, and it's Dingus McSwine. This just Dingus McSwine. What's up, sweetie? Madeline's upset. Anyway, where was I?
Oh, you bought a domain.
Oh yeah. So, but the dot part of it, the network part of it is .live, right? So one day at work, we're on the work computer, and I'm talking to Carolyn. I'm like, "Hey, I'm going to type in this domain name, and I'll show you what it is, right?" And so I type it into search, and it comes up with the domain link, but then it comes up with the Briar Report, and that I was like, "Oh, that's cool." And then below it was a shit ton of porn. Just porn listings. And anything .live. Do not search anything .live on your work computer.
You meant domain, and it meant domination.
Yeah.
Which is it's really funny because I'm drinking some Pepsi vanilla, and my tongue's still not right. And I was like, this just kind of tastes like lotion. After you said that, I'm like, yeah, this is.
We went.
I got to be careful going live now.
We went for a walk today, or a little hike, Lunt, with the girls. And
welcome back, Horatio.
Hey, Horatio. I was smoking that Balkan Sobrani mix match. I think Sutliff puts it out. That stuff is pretty damn good. If you like grandma's closet,
Yeah, that was weird. It wasn't lotion I tasted. It was like freaking Vaseline. I'm getting the weirdest taste of
Jeff's pipes.
I drank. Yeah, it's not from just pipes, dude. I drank some green tea at a restaurant the other day with my folks, and it tasted like condensed chicken noodle soup. And my mom's like, "Is the tea okay?" My wife was asking if it had gone bad or something, and I'm like, "No, I can tell it's fine. I just can't taste anything worth a reasonable damn."
So, have you been down with the Rona then, or is it just you just can't taste because you've been sick?
I don't know if it's. I don't really know. The worst of it has been this the body aches and the coming and going fever thing, and then the tongue thing for like 2 days was horrible. So it could be, if it is Rona, then I'm not getting it very bad.
Yeah,
it's not like harsh or very painful. It was just like, and I did the saltwater rinse stuff a lot, and that helped a ton. Because it's like imagine having really bad morning breath all the time. So like you brush I brushed for 10 minutes and had about 30 minutes where my mouth was fine. And then it was back to just,
Sure,
so
you
it was
didn't.
more inconvenient than it was like painful or bad. And the
You know,
body aches went away
you
after a
probably,
few days.
John. I dollars to donuts. You had some kind of a cold, like a flu or something like that, not necessarily Rona. And do you still have your tonsils?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So your tonsils swell up, and your tonsil stones, it starts squeezing them out there, and then the tonsil stones. I don't know if you've ever smelled one, but it smells like death. It's just freaking horrible. And so what happens is when you're sick, all that swells up and starts pushing, and you can brush all day long, you're not going to get rid of it. I mean,
Yeah, I've never
that's
had it happen
yeah.
before. And like I said, I didn't think it was corona, but I've also had friends that have had it that barely had it. So the whole taste thing was very similar to what they described, but it seems to be kind of going away. And but
Okay,
I
we
also
got.
I'm also really messed up with viruses and stuff because of West Nile.
Oh yeah, I
So
wouldn't
now
want
if
you
I get
getting.
like a 24-hour flu, it could last for a week or two,
It could kill you.
and it
I mean,
changes to a
this.
lot of pain
Yeah.
instead of most of the symptoms. It's usually just a lot more pain in my legs and stuff, and that's just kind of how it is. It's really weird. So
You're
then
the
it's like an extra thing you're trying to figure out. But
When they're talking about people that should get the vaccine for COVID, you're like the person they're talking about. I mean,
no,
just because of
I'm the person that if I were to get it, I'd probably get it and die.
that's what I'm saying. That's why that because of all your pre-existing conditions. You've got like a
Yeah.
comorbidity
No,
going
I'm
like
no, my luck would be I'd get the vaccine and die.
yeah, oh yeah, that too. Okay, so welcome in Ohio Sweet
Yeah,
Muffins
Ohio sweet muffins.
and Dan Hammocks. I camped the shit out of them. That's actually how I got into them. Was I wanted to start camping, but my back can't take a rigid ground at all. So I saw people doing hammocks, and we picked up a couple of E&Os and went out and tried them at a friend's property, and I was hooked. I didn't
Nice.
want to sleep in anything ever again. And so it went to where I was camping every weekend. And then I saw that you could get the mounts, the wall mounts, and I was like, done. And so, yeah, I use them for camping, sleeping. I carry a hammock with me when I go backpacking, even if it's just a day hike. I carry a lightweight little one I got at Walmart for $40. I've got a couple of Enos. We've got a Grand Trunk. Actually, Grand Trunk's a good, cheap, well, not cheap, but low cost hammock if you're looking. Grand Trunk.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, Dan. Uh, it's so hard to go back to a mattress, let alone a tent. Uh, once you go, once you go with a hammock, just being out there, you don't have any of that morning dew when you wake up in a tent. Everything's wet, you know, from your breath all night. You don't have that in a hammock. You wake up and it's just beautiful, you know, and you get fresh air all night. It's great.
I want to get to where I can go back to camping more because I loved it.
With you though, you got to be like, I'd be freaked out. You know how people, that allergic to bees are freaked out about bees. I'd be freaked out about mosquitoes if I were, you know what I mean? You know,
Yeah. Well,
fool
and
me
that didn't
once.
happen here, so
Oh yeah,
I'm not as worried about it. I
it's
was
still
like, man,
trippy out.
I don't need it again. I was like, I don't know if I can fight West Nile a second time.
People would look at me like I had some kind of one of those, stupid fears, and I'd be like, "Fuck you."
Oh, I was teaching the neighbor kid one year after that. I was like, well, not 1 year after, but a year after, about mosquitoes. I said, what do you do if you see a mosquito? And he'd go, mack them. I'm like, that's right. Mack the heck out of that little thing. No survivors.
Spray yourself with DDT. Or what's that stuff? That bad shit.
With DDT.
Yeah.
DEET.
DEET. Spray yourself with DEET. The cancer you get later is it'll be better than the virus you get now.
At least you'll live long enough to get to the cancer part of it all.
Right. And you won't have to deal with a bunch of bullshit. Oh, which by the way, John, I made a new intro for my videos, and the one part of it is kind of flashy lights. But I don't know if it's bad enough to trigger anything on you.
Okay.
But just a warning.
I appreciate that, because if I'm ready, sometimes that makes the difference.
Yeah, it's going to be, our Fresh versus Cellared.
Yeah.
Coming out tomorrow. So it'll be my new intro in there. So just skip the intro.
Nice. Okay. I'll have Mabu watch it too, because she'll know.
Yeah. Yep. There you go. I love it though. It's the coolest freaking intro I've ever made. You can ask Betty. I keep watching it over and over again.
I need to make one. Zippo and Dan both have cool intros as well, and I like the smoke effect. Yeah. Dan's has it coming out of the pipe.
Yeah, Dan's is sick. I love
Zippo
Dan's.
has it coming out of the O. And I love that they do that. I'm like, I need to get better with this stuff.
You know what? With this new software I got, let me play around with it a little bit. I might be able to come up with something for you, and I'll send it to you.
Oh, that'd be cool. I wouldn't argue.
I'll send it through that cloud link that we got.
That's right, Chronicles. Go get yourself DDT'd.
Hey, Simplex, Fabratio, Homeboy, boom.
Oh, yeah, so we got to do this vote.
Oh, yeah.
We got to do this vote, because I don't know how long everybody can stay on, so we'll do the vote while we got everybody here. All right, so this is for a blend I made that tastes like fudge brownie, smells like fudge brownie. It's awesome. Smells like it in the bowl, smells like it in the air. It's fantastic. So we had people vote or put up an idea for a name, and then Dan Lopez had the idea of, so it'd be more fair, instead of me just picking one for the blend and then just going from there and going, oh, this person won a sample, that we'd put the names on here and vote for it. And then whoever belongs to that name will get a sample sent to them of the fudge brownie. So, Dan, you did do some different intros. And I think you did send it. I'll have to go back and look. I don't always recall, but I do remember you made a whole bunch of cool stuff. I think I was waiting because I think I had to just figure out how to put it in my videos so it would just come up. But I think I know how to do that still. I don't know. I don't always remember things very long, but I do. I think I just need to go in and edit each video and just put it in the beginning, and then it'll be fine.
Just start sending me your raw, and I'll do your editing and send it back to you produced.
Oh, there you go. All right. So there are.
Ooh, Horatio wants some of your best English blend.
Well, that's not hard. I got some great English blends. I can send you the ingredients, man. I got one blend that's really nice. That's just 2 components. And that's my favorite English one, because when I picture English, it's just that. It's not, there's so many different types of Englishes, every degree anybody could want. But the one I enjoy the most is pretty simple.
I think I'm going to start going through my blends that I don't like so much that, if I mixed a little something with them, would make them doable. And so I'm going to make a list of those, and then I'll just send it to you and go, what do I mix together to make this all smokable?
I'd be glad to help you. I don't care. That works for me.
Like I got a crap ton of squadron leader that Pop left me, and I don't like the stuff. So I keep giving it away, but it's 19-year-old tobacco. I mean, I kind of wish I could enjoy it more. So maybe I'll make a list.
Yeah, I've had blends like that. It's like I made a couple there. I fixed some of them, but man, I had a couple where it was kind of like, this is going to take a lot. Never mind. Most of them I do end up fixing because I won't let it go. I'm like, I had to get a blend out of this, and this is an okay blend. I gotta make something out of it. So a lot of times now I'm a lot better about it, and if I start out and a blend just isn't quite right, then I make a small amount to begin with. So there's still some. There might be 2 or 3 components of the original attempt that I can always dump something else with, and it's good to finish it up, so I don't have any left over. And then sometimes you got to start from scratch. All right, so I got to do these names. So the first name, there's 8 names. And so you can just do a thumbs up if you, I guess. Maybe I should just type down I'll just type each one on here. What the heck? That might be easier. Then everybody can see them all.
Did anybody come up with a name called Boom Boom Brown Brown?
No. Surprisingly, nobody came up with Boom Boom Brown Brown. Okay, let's see. So I'll separate these by a comma.
Man, you've got, what is this, the 5th or 6th bot, and you've got 2 in a row. I've seen the Sister 9 online before.
Sister.
Yeah, that link, that's pretty popular. I've seen that one a couple of times. I'm
pretty sure a lot of those are real popular.
I haven't been on Instagram long, but I was on there the other day, and I was like, oh, there's lives. And I go to check it out, and there's all these women shaking their ass. And I'm like, what the hell? In short shorts, booty shorts, half of them naked. I'm like, what is this? There's porn on Instagram? And my son's on, turn it off, Dad. I'm all, well, no, I'm just trying to understand. Yeah, apparently you can, yeah. I don't understand that because, like, you got, like, social media dropping everybody left and right, but then you got, it's okay to get naked. I don't get it. Fine Fudgy Fugger.
Oh, I put finger. I was like, where's he going with this? I did not read that. I read finger.
Oh. Yeah, they cloned my account. Fudge dropping. I have one that's called, I sent it out to somebody. I sent it to Extra Pint Podcast, Jason. It was called Moose Droppings. I didn't even try it. It was Moose. It was called Moose Droppings. I think it was a Dunhill or something.
Okay. So I'm gonna hit enter. We'll see. Or do I need to click the
Finger
thing? Okay.
fudging good.
Oh my gosh.
Look at this. Names your kids can say.
All right. So
Oh,
there's
poop,
the
poop, brown,
names.
brown. Okay.
and finger fudging good because I missed that one. So and fudge droppings. So just type in whichever one you think should be the title of the fudge brownie blend, and whichever one gets typed in the most will find the owner of the name, and they'll get a sample to them, which I will send next week, possibly towards the middle or the end, because I do want to be able to blend it and smoke it and make sure I got it just right. But since my taste buds are weird, I don't want to send someone one that I go, hey, this is fudge brownie, and they're like, this is freaking donkey ass.
Man, Madeline is losing it right now.
Oh man, you're supposed to feed kids, you know. I'm just kidding. You're like,
She
hey,
eats. Trust me. That kid eats all the time. I don't know how she's skinny. Well, yeah, I do. We're on that walk today. That one. We're out, nature, and she's just I don't, singing or something. Wow, wow, just random crap, and just like repeating phrases she's ever heard. Yeah, over and over again, and it. Finally, I was like, let's just go home. It was like an hour and a half. I'm just like, I'm done. I'm getting a headache.
oh, we got a few votes.
She has so much energy, though. That's why you guys can. You want me to write them down? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I suspect this blend would be really good if my taste buds were just right.
Yeah, that was the problem. It took me like 4 months after COVID to get my taste buds right. Now they're back with a vengeance, though.
Horatio, you have a great night, brother. Thank you for being here. Send me an email, man, and that'll remind me to send you the components for that English. Fudge Tunnel Supremo.
A booze? Is that a vote?
Yeah, there was a longer name one, a booze spicy fudge brownie, if I recall.
The booze chocolate spice blend.
Yeah, the chocolate. Augustus Gloop.
I just watched both of those. They have them both on Netflix.
The Tunnel of Fudge.
Augustus Gloop.
Oh my gosh.
Great big giant nincompoop. I hate the Johnny Depp version. I freaking hate it.
Dude, I do too. I like Johnny Depp, but I freaking miss those old movies.
Yeah, yeah.
You can't beat Gene Wilder. I don't give a damn.
The Tunnel of Fudge.
Those older Disney movies just totally trump all this BS of new Disney movies, man.
Yeah, you're right, Claude. Nothing like Gene Wilder. And he, oh, what's that? When he played a rabbi, and Han Solo was in it. Frisco Kid, and he's got to go from across the United States or something like that. He's got to get to San Francisco and keeps running into issues along the way.
Well, and then I had a bunch of classmates that were ding dongs that liked the Johnny Depp one because half the class was in love with Johnny Depp. They liked it because he was in it.
Yeah.
And like what I thought was really cool about the first one was the kid that was Charlie. Actually, that was his only acting role. And then he ended up becoming a dentist.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
That was kind of cool, even though I was like, dang, we could have used more movies from him.
Yeah.
There was a lot of talent there in the whole movie. And those old songs, like when his mother was singing, even though that song wasn't my favorite song, the Cheer Up Charlie, you got that motherly feeling from the actress. And you got a lot of that from the old Disney movies.
Yeah, the only vibe I get from the new one, the Johnny Depp one, is like pedo. You know, like I feel like
It's
if I was one of those
creepy.
kids, I would be sweating. I'd be like,
I'd be like, no
this
wonder the
legit?
squirrel's wary about its nuts. I am too.
Exactly. And what's he been doing with these guys that all look the same? There's a reason they're short.
Yeah.
They're like kids. That's right, Michael. Keep your eyes on this Dukas. It's from that movie. I love it.
I know, apparently, Dan. Oh my goodness. Everybody's voting for different names.
I know. Brown County
Brown
Brownie.
Country Brownie. I know, I'm like, we got 8 names. I think we're up to 12.
I wrote down Fine Fudgy Finger, Seasoned Fudge, Boom Boom Brown, Abu's Chocolate Spice Blend, Fudge Tunnel Supremo, The Tunnel of Fudge, Augustus Gloop, and then I just quit.
I don't know. Oh my goodness.
His whole family is deadbeats. The whole family.
Dude,
and Uncle Joe's the worst because he's the one that jumps up and all of a sudden he's okay. What, he can go? No, I'd be like, you know what? Grandpa Joe, sit your ass down. Mom's taking me. You sit your ass down. Get back in the bed. You couldn't get up yesterday. You're not getting up today.
You couldn't get up the last 20 years.
Yeah, if you don't practice, you don't play.
You missed all my games, so you couldn't give me a ride. But you can go to the free bonus. You're gonna let me take you along, so you get a bunch of free candy. So you can drink bubbly and float to the ceiling.
Right? And yeah, let's call that out. Charlie was doing just fine until Grandpa Joe was like, "Hey, should we try some?" I mean, if he wouldn't have done that, they would have kept going on the way, and Charlie wouldn't have had to have
practice. You don't play. That's what he should have told Uncle Joe. You don't practice, you don't play. Get out of here. Oh, shoot.
Every year, football, that's what Coach would say.
God dang, I don't know what to pick. There's so many names.
All right, I'm going to start streaming in here. Let's go. So what's in this? What's it taste like?
It tastes like legitimately like fudge brownies.
Okay.
Like,
and what's in
really well. Really, really well. It's only got 3 components in it.
Yes.
Oh, that is true. That is true, Dan.
Yep.
That is very true. And those are the ones I have written down still. I wrote the others down, but I still have the original on here. And I think I think you're right, man. That would be only right.
Yeah. So why not you
Brownie Nut, Night Killer, Mayan Brownie, Seasoned Fudge, Abu's Chocolate Spice Blend, Forgiven, Transformed, and Salted Chocolate Fudge Brownie.
John, just assign a number to each one of those, right? 1 through whatever, and then we'll run a little program. A little number thing.
Okay,
You know?
that'll work.
No, I'm good. Thanks.
Okay, so there are 8 original ones. Oh, yeah. So we
Okay.
could do. Should you just do 8, and then yeah,
Yeah.
that'll work.
Yeah. I'll just do 8.
That'll work.
What the heck?
Whenever you're ready.
Weird. Okay. I need a randomizer. Don't you have a randomizer on your phone?
Let me check.
Random name picker, random nose picker, randomizer. Oh, okay. Betty's got one. You want to set one up for 8, 1 through 8?
Squinchy Turtle Brownie Deluxe.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Black Betty sack lunch.
Wow, Black Betty. Rambling.
Okay. You got it?
You're just trying to get Betty Brownie
You're
points,
right.
aren't you?
Yeah. Number 3.
Number 3 is Mayan Brownie by 420 Chill. Which is a good one. Anyway.
Oh yeah, Dan. I guess that could have worked too. We could have just had Betty pick a number, 1 through 8.
I would have said 7.
She would have said 7.
She would have said 7. Well, no. Well, now we got randomized anyway. I guess we could have randomized the randomizer. So we got Mayan Brownie, but that's all right.
Yeah,
That
Mayan
suits
Brown
us
is
pretty
cool.
good. Yeah, and there's a depth to it, and like there's a depth to Mayan culture and stuff, so it kind of works.
Well, there's definitely some depth to Mayan culture.
That's right. That's right. I learned a whole bunch of that stuff in college, and I was laughing because we had this one student that joined in for the next semester's class, and our class actually went over a week because the teacher had to travel somewhere else to help with their teaching, and they had nobody else to fill in, so we missed a week of that class. And this one student came in, and he was giving us all a weird look because they had told everybody that was starting that you get to postpone it a week, or well, actually 2 weeks. So he comes in like a lot of people would make the mistake, and he came in and he was looking around at us, and he was getting all mad that there were a bunch of white people in it. And it was a psychology and sociology class. So it was much more than just an anthropology kind of class. There was more to it. It was 4 other degrees and stuff. And but I loved it, man. It gave me such an incredible insight to all that stuff. So it was actually really easy for me to memorize a lot of it because there was just so much there to learn. And it was stuff that you learned little bits of here and there, but they never went to the full story until college.
Right.
So it was absolutely, I don't know, mind-blowing might be the right word, but it was really, really eye-opening, that all the stuff we learned. And that was a 3-hour class, 3 nights a week. So there's a lot of hours in that one class, but it was awesome. But it's funny, he was so mad that like half the class were white. I'm like, you're gonna be mad about that? Like, you just got an extra week off of school, bud, because they aren't gonna make you take that longer at the end of the semester,
Right.
or at the end of the year, because it won't work with graduation. I'm like, you just got like a full week. He should have had 2 weeks off, but he showed up the last week anyway. But it was, yeah, I'm like, don't be mad about that. That's nothing to do with anything. Like, I'm mad I'm white too. The sun hates me. I don't know what you want. What do you want anybody to say? You know.
Yeah. I don't know. Anymore, it's kind of
It just
tragic
always
to
comes
be
down
white.
to the person. That's been the one thing I've noticed over history. Good guys or bad guys, whether white, brown, black, tan, doesn't matter.
Orange.
It just comes down to the individual.
Yeah. Well, see, that's why like the last couple of years has been so hard for me because that's my generation. That's how we were raised. We were taught that everywhere. School, home. You take people by their merits, not the
Yep.
race. What they do, and now it's like everybody's trying to. It's well, not everybody, but it's like they're trying to flip the script on that, and it's like, wait a minute though, that's bad though. We were told that was bad. I don't want to do that. Yeah, it goes against everything I've ever been taught to lean into that kind of thinking.
Yeah. Because, well,
So
like, look at this. We had people at war in the Middle East and all that stuff, and then now I can share pipes with people over that way. And we
hey,
got no problems.
I've always said if we
So
did more pen paling with the Middle East, we'd do less bombing. We'd do less drone strikes. If we knew if more Americans knew more people over there personally, we'd be less apt to start throwing drone strikes all over the place. We'd be less apt to bomb. I mean, you don't see us bombing, other places when we have disagreements. Well, some places. I don't know. So check this out. I got this thing at Hobby Lobby.
a turtle.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with it though. I don't know if I'm gonna paint it or
Is it wood or plastic?
Yeah, it's wood, and it does this oddly sexual movement with its head. It looks like a little sperm when it's going.
Jeez,
And
man, I'm
it's
gonna have to
supposed to
make
be.
a video or something saying like Dingus's wooden turtle.
Yeah, it's like. Let me see if I can get it because it just it throws me off. It's weird. There we go. Yeah. Look how the head goes, right?
There you go, Dan. Yeah, I know Dark Lord Brownie Nut was pretty good. Fudge dropping was pretty dang hilarious too.
First try.
Yeah, that was a good call, Dan. Thank you, because that wouldn't be fair to
Yeah.
not include somebody that did participate. And now he won something, and he'll be happy with it. So it'll be good, and it's a very good blend. So I'm not gonna offer a blend that is okay. Well, that took a lot of people off. Make like a crappy blend, and then be like, "You won this," and they're like, "That this is kind of crap. I don't want to be rude, but this sucks."
Yeah, Derek, that's probably a
Yeah,
lot.
there you go, Zippo.
Oh man, you could call it booty shorts. Yeah.
You could name the turtle booty shorts. You could draw little shorts on the back half of the turtle.
Paint some clothes on it.
Booty shorts. He's the Ninja Turtle. Yeah, I think so too, Dan. And he's a cool dude. He jumped in 420, jumped in here one evening, and everybody just started chatting with him, and he jumped right in, and it was good. So he needs to win something. That'd be good.
What's his handle? 420 Piper.
It's 420, and then the lowercase letter X, and then chill.
420, all one word,
Yeah.
and then chill.
He's a heck of a nice dude. And I don't mind sending him something. And he's not here, so that'll give me time to reach out to him and get an email, and then
The only thing I'm finding
hopefully
is
when I can taste, I can just do one more. Because I've only done I've done 2 blendings of it, but I like to do 2 or 3 and then have it kind of refined. And the second blending, I just sort of threw together so I could have it with me on the go. Didn't think about it as much, so I do want to give it, when my taste buds are right, one more good shot so I can send him the best of it.
the only thing I can find for his channel is Everett's shout out for him. Oh, it's, you know what though? It's probably in the link.
Oh, could be. I'll have to look.
It's probably,
I'm anxious because even if my taste buds aren't right this coming week, I'll be able to be preoccupied moving equipment into the garage. So I'm ready. I got pipes to make, dang it.
yeah, I gotta get my lathe set up. I don't have room for it here, and so I gotta take it out as my dad's, and I've never even used a lathe, so I gotta set it up, then learn how to use a lathe, do a bunch of practice bowls and whatnot, and then I'll eventually get to making a pipe. I mean, right now I just buy it's over there. You know, I buy the kit pipes off Amazon and smoking pipes. So they're fun.
Those will be my first Briar's. I've got 3 that I won't use. One that I started sanding, and then one I've smoked, so I won't use that. But the other 3 I'll definitely mess with, and might even kind of clear up the drilling a little in the shank so they can be even better than they are. But the one isn't too bad. The one that I have used is a pretty good smoker. Like the first couple smokes were okay, but after a few smokes in it, then it was like it just worked. It just smokes better than it did, but it wasn't drilled amazingly well. So I could open it up a little bit past the stem, or even make practice on a custom stem and put it on it anyway. But it did improve. Those will be my first Briar to experiment on.
Briar is such a hard wood. I made a video where I was showing the tools I used to make Mohawk, Mr. T pipe, whatever. And I said in there that it was a video where I was talking about Donald Hughes, and Donald Hughes was making, oh, nice. That's the
I'm gonna
best
see
kind
this
of
will straighten out my throat.
He was making pipes, the kit pipes, and he was using knives, and I was commenting on that, saying, I almost ruined a set of really good carving knives trying to carve Briar, because it'll straight up bend your like on a really nice carving knife, the blade is really fine, and that Briar will just bend it.
Yeah, you got to use spoon deals. I can't think of what they're called right now. Those work well, from what I hear. And then
my Dremel.
There's lots of different chisels and stuff to use.
Yep. Files and Dremel.
Yeah.
My favorite one is I got these drum sander bits that go into my drill, fit into my drill, and then I'll turn the drill upside down and clamp it and wedge that on, and just I'll use that for a drum sander.
Oh, that works.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Not you just duct tape the trigger.
I use a clamp. I use a big old clamp, plastic clamp. I'm sure my neighbors love it because it's all outside in the back patio. So everybody loves that high pitched whine from the Dremel. And then
So
I got my
how big is your dad's lathe?
oh, it's full size. It's big. It'll stretch out
sorry.
pretty far.
Ours is it's only like 4 feet wide by 2.5 feet from front to back, maybe. The feet. So it's only like this deep. I guess I can do this from front to the back. So that's how far it'll stick out from the wall, which isn't really far. And we were thinking of most lathes we saw were like, this is going to be a space-consuming piece of equipment in this garage.
Well,
it's actually one of the smallest things we're going to have in the garage.
well, I mean, like width-wise, but length, like mine can extend out. Like I can do like 6 foot lengths.
Okay.
So width-wise, yeah, it doesn't take up much room at all. But length, it can take up quite a bit.
Yeah.
But I can't remember what brand it is. It's old. I know that. It's
Well,
in
ours
pieces
we were
right now.
surprised with. We thought was a Craftsman, but they actually the Craftsman motor they replaced it with came with a previous lathe's number. So my dad looked up the wrong lathe at first. Now it's still a 1940, but it was what was the brand? Now I'll have to ask him again.
1940s could be decently built.
It shocks me every time I see it, man.
It's Kmart.
I'm just like in total. I walk by and I'm just in wow the whole time.
Sears.
Yeah.
Sears. 1940s, it could be Sears. They sold a little bit of everything.
Hey, DDT.
What's up, Dan? Dan Lopez. We got too many Dans now. Yeah, I didn't know DDT's last name, so when we shipped to him, it just says Dan, and then in brackets DDT.
Man, I don't know what to smoke. I'm trying to think of something that'll work better with my taste buds, and I don't know what will. I got some Star of the East. Maybe I'll smoke some of that.
I went through that month where everything smelled and tasted like cupcakes.
See, that sounds pleasant, though.
It really isn't. I mean,
I imagine you'd get sick of it.
Yeah,
but
real quick, especially when you're smelling plum pudding or trying to smoke it, and
I bet that's weird together.
Oh yeah, I just started smoking.
Zippos of Black Irish X is freaking weird.
Earlier, saying it smelled what
cow manure.
Cow manure. Yeah, that's that freaking. Tell you my
this is a bit
Tuck.
dry too.
Well, I was gonna say like Friar Tuck. Cool. Dan Tuck.
Hey, the Friar in Robin Hood was awesome.
If you say that really quick, someone might think you're saying damn truck. Yeah, all of them are weird. You're right, Monclaude. That one I sent out to everybody. Oh, that stuff. I came in the room and my buddy had opened it and closed it back. And I was like, you opened that, didn't you? And I just barely came in the room. This stuff is so strong.
I got to give that some time to rehydrate. I
Like,
know I should have put it in a jar. Just Star of the East.
Nice.
I just have had it sitting and used it for a while, but I also don't want it to burn up so fast because it's such a good one. Or maybe John Marr might be the ticket. That was treating me good the other day. That was really the only thing that made us consider that it could have been COVID was just the taste change because it was more than a usual cold.
Mhm.
So it's really thrown me off because then I'm like, before if it was kind of like this, I could blame it on a Virginia or Latakia because that'll do it to me sometimes. But it was different at the same time. So I'm like, I have no idea. Then my mom's like, maybe it's a type of tobacco you haven't used. I'm like, no, I've used all these tobaccos, and maybe it's a reaction to them with whatever illness it was. I don't know. I'm not a chemist. Should have paid attention in science. All right, so smoke some John Marr. That stuff's good.
I almost picked up some of that.
That is one of the better C&D ones, man.
What's in that? The John Marr?
Yeah, if I recall, it's like a vapor.
Yeah.
It's
That's
got
probably why I was gonna grab it.
bright and red Virginia with Turkish, and then some Perique and Black Cavendish with a bourbon vanilla topping. But
Ooh.
there isn't much topping, so it
Yeah,
doesn't
not
feel
overkill.
topped.
Yeah. Not overkill.
Yeah, it does. It doesn't smoke like it's topped at all.
That's what I hate about some aromatics is, it's like you didn't need to do that much.
This is how more aromatics should be done if they're going to be topped.
Yeah. That's
'Cause it
honestly
doesn't even crackle.
That's something I've noticed about C&D. And in the beginning, I didn't like it about them. I went, heavy with Sutliff for my aromatics because C&D aromatics are kind of dry. But as and Sutliff, that stuff, so, I mean, you could throw that at a window and it might stick to it. Like just, But,
Well, Scotty's. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Zippo, you're right. I was thinking that the other day. John Marr ages extremely well.
yeah. That's the.
I'm not playing this.
I don't know what his deal is. The dog's going nuts. He wants to keep going downstairs. Bet he's about to snap his little neck.
Oh gosh.
Who's Old Berg?
Yeah, I don't recall Old Berg myself.
When I started my journey into piping, I appreciated the heavy Sutliff oil aromatics, but now where I'm at, I really prefer like the C&D aromatics because it's lighter. If I'm going to smoke an aromatic, except for RLP. RLP, I'll smoke that anytime.
Yeah, that is one I forgot when I was ordering. I wrote down a few to make sure I didn't forget, and then I forgot. I need to order more of that because I use it in the Irish coffee blend. And when a blend hits the spot, I want it for like a week.
Yeah, I hear that. I'm kind of the same way. Like I tried to dial down my, I got my cellar stuff, and then I have in my cellar I have deep storage, mid storage, and then I have up next for the drawer. And then in the drawer I've got a bunch of stuff that I'm like, oh, I don't mind having this once in a while. I don't mind having this once in a while. And I tried to take all that down because then I made another little drawer of stuff I smoke every day, and it doesn't matter. It keeps going out of control. I find, I'll I'll be on smoking pipes and all. Oh, that looks good. I'll buy an ounce of that. So now I
Yep.
got an ounce of that in the drawer.
I guess you get to enjoy the variety while it's there.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
then when it comes down to if you can't get any of them, then you can worry about what you're going through next in your cellar.
Well, and I think that's kind of where I'm at. Is I'm worried. Wow.
Todd, I don't think that came out how you meant. Todd went to put Black Irish X, and it came out Black Girl Sex Smells Like Smoke. And he meant to put black.
I was like, did Todd get hacked?
I think we are experiencing an autocorrect.
Oh, that's great.
Disclaimer, YouTube gods, that we had an autocorrect issue. It was not the host.
You're gonna get canceled.
Oh, that's cool, Dan. I didn't know that. I'll have to look him up, man, because I just didn't know him. Yeah, Black Irish X is one of the better ones in my opinion. There's also the is it Sweet Whiskey Twist is good.
Well, and I think that's what that rope I sent out is. That's what DDT was saying. He thinks it was that Sweet Whiskey Twist. I just called it Mystery Dog Turds. I don't know if you saw Steve's Yabo this morning.
No, I didn't yet.
I sent them like 7 cigars, a couple of nubs, and a couple of Olivia's.
Oh, nice.
And a baggie of the dog turds, and we just put Mystery Dog Turd on it. And so Steve opens the box, and he didn't remember what we had talked about, and I can't remember if he was on the Tumultuous Tuesday where Dan was saying it's probably the whiskey, the sweet whiskey. And so he's just like, and so Kathy's like, what's that? He goes, I don't know. It just says dog turds. They just sent me dog turds. He's like, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's like 6, 7 dog turds. Yeah, that was great.
Man, I'm sorry. I love that message you accidentally put, Todd. That just made my whole week, man.
Oh, yeah. Todd's the best for that shit.
And it makes me laugh. I'm going to have to tell you guys more about it in an offline kind of Google Meet sort of thing. One of my friends has an experience similar to Todd's accidental message. And I'll tell you guys something about what it smelled like. It wasn't smoke, I'll tell you that.
You can't take it back on Twitter.
That's right.
Todd, stay off Twitter. Stay off Twitter, Todd. Don't do it.
Oh man, that was epic, man.
Todd. Oh,
couldn't have happened to a better guy, I tell you.
Sitting here trying to talk to Betty, and she's out.
Oh, she's sleeping?
Oh, she's sitting. Oh, now she's staring at me. It's more of a. She's like falling asleep on the couch.
Nice. I was gonna take a nap on the couch earlier, and I got all comfortable, and I was like, "No, don't fall asleep." So I got up, and then by the time I got up, I was like, "Yeah, I need to go take a nap." So I laid on the bed.
It's sex night, so she better stay up.
Don't kill us on sex night.
Don't kill us on sex night. Have you seen that Million Ways to Die in the West?
Yeah, I'm noticing now that whatever I was getting that I wasn't liking in the last 2 blends was because of my tongue and not the tobaccos. because I'm getting that same flavor, but I am at least getting all the John Marr stuff, so it's still good. It's just around it, and that's reassuring.
I keep trying to type into chat, but I can't.
I was like, why? I made 2 bad blends. How did I make 2 bad blends in a row? But I'm like, good, it's not them, it's me.
You don't make bad blends.
I appreciate that.
They're just challenged. They're just smoked that way.
You just smoke blends poorly.
I'm making you a new logo, and that's going to be your catchphrase. I don't make bad blends. They're just smoked that way.
That's that works.
So Joe JBHDE, he sent me some tobacco. He sent me some of that luxury Navy flake. That is good stuff, sir.
That was one of my favorite Navy flakes.
I didn't let it dry enough today though, so it bit the hell out of my tongue. But
they're not bad, they're just misunderstood. Yeah, that's right. That's cool, Dan. I didn't know he's giving away stuff. I'll have to look him up because I want to say I heard his name once, but I don't remember if I had looked it up or ran into him or someone else was talking about him, or if I'm thinking I remembered him and I'm not, and I haven't seen his stuff, so I'll have to go look again.
Okay, now freaking DDTs. Okay, look, now we're gonna have. So, what does white girl sex smell like? We got to be equal opportunities.
We gotta be equal.
We got to be equal. So, DDT just threw it up again. Black girl sex smells and tastes smoky. So, white girl, what is it? Not smoky.
I would just say it comes down to the individual.
Cupcakes. We're just gonna go cupcakes and save ourselves. They may be tuna cakes, but they're cupcakes.
Oh man.
It's Oldberg 127. Oh, let's get some subs. What happens if I click?
Oh, thank you, Dan. White Claw, pumpkin spice. That sounds good. So far, I find them equally appealing.
Oh, you weren't making assertions. You were okay. Sorry, Dan.
Somebody made assertions.
I wanted to make a video for Todd, but I was afraid it would come off to like he wouldn't like it, or it'd come off like I was making fun of him. But
I like DDT's. DDT's was a short shout out, but it was funny because it came off direct, and he ended it, and right at the end it was just a hair kind of soon. So but I appreciated it because it was more of like directing people to check out Todd. It was like, you need to go do this. So it was really fitting. It was just funny.
I want to do one where it's it just shows a picture of like a late night Todd, when he was in the dark,
Sub Todd, because everybody needs a Yeti friend.
It's like little fat Morgan, and his face comes up. He says his name's Todd, and then it comes in and it's a different picture. But is it really? He says this is his sister, but is it really? Just casting darkness out of there. It's
like Todd. If you put it up like Todd without subs, and he's bald, and then Todd with subs, and he's got hair, and it's like, see, we all want Todd to get his hair back. We need to have more subs.
Is Todd really Sasquatch? Yeah, it's great. I wanted to do that, but I was afraid that like Todd would see it and think I was picking on him or something like that, because it could come off that way really easy.
Nice, Dan.
filmed from the Todd After Dark view with the light behind my head.
I love those times when like we'd even forget he was there, even on camera. We'd think he stepped away,
Yep.
and then he just talks, and you're like, "Well, you're there? When did you come back?"
I think it was like my first or second Tea Tuesday where Todd just starts walking into like a store. And I'm like, I saw all these green and red lights, and I'm like, blue and red lights. I'm like, is he getting arrested? Stop getting busted.
Sometimes he takes us to the local diner with him.
Yeah.
I love that, man.
I
That's
do
awesome.
too. It is.
If I could drive, I would drive my wife. Oh, that sounded bad.
Yeah, it did.
Hang on a second. If I could drive,
You could talk.
autocorrect is screwing with my speech. I would drive my wife crazy because I'd be like, we need to go do a random like video where we're driving and then just end up at a store. Walk around with a pipe in my mouth without it lit and see how many people ask me to stop smoking inside. Oh, that'd be cool, Zippo. We'd love to have you again, man.
We should, get Derek to download or to make a Restream account, and then you could have him on a live from the plow truck.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. I'm using this for my St. Patty's Day event on that following Saturday with Jason from Extra Pint Podcast, and Nelly wants to do it too, but we're gonna use Restream to do it, which kind of sucks because I like the games I have with Streamlabs.
That's okay, Zippo. We're used to foul language. Tumultuous Tuesday is the best place to have the foul language.
It really is.
Like it is very difficult to get away with a lot on YouTube.
Yeah, Patrick with New York City craziness. I love it.
This whole time we think Patrick's a good guy, and like during one of his times he's with us, he goes down an alley with a cane and a pipe in his mouth and he jumps somebody.
Turns out he's a pimp. That's why he's always out there. He's got his stable.
Yeah, we're still on, Martin. Good to see you again, buddy.
That's what most of our kids hear when we're driving. It's okay.
I know Mabu's pretty good when she's driving and she's watching. Like other cars will try to hit her more than anybody I know, and they'll pull out in front of her. And sometimes she controls herself very well. Like I'm sitting there like you and this and that, and she's just like you butthead or something. And then other times she surprises me with other words, and I'm just like, all right, our next stop needs to be lunch.
Martin's working on the D scale. You should just use that cover from Little Mermaid and put a scale on that. It looks like a D scale.
Oh, what was that? I gotta play something for you guys. I don't know if it'll end up costing me the live being recorded.
Exactly, Dan.
But it shouldn't do anything anyway. Yeah, I'll see what happens. This Dark Lord played this for me and it cracked me up. It's not a song, so there should be no rights to it because everybody uses this. You want me to wait? Okay, fine. I should probably wait. Well, don't miss Tumultuous Tuesday. There's gonna be some funny stuff there. Oh, it drives me crazy. Dark Lord played it for me. We were chatting in a headset, and I about spit out my pipe 37 times. Since it's me, YouTube would be like, yeah, I know. I wear 3 sweaters. I get flagged for nudity.
I'm Jeef. Oh no. You know what Betty put on? Freaking Twilight. There's Twilight in my room.
That's right, Dan. Well, Dan Lopez.
That's right. Dan, he nailed it. There's no paper trail.
I'll play it then. It's so dumb, but yeah, I should play because I mean it'll come off as something that there's no reason it should come off as, but someone would see it and be like, "That's racist" or whatever. Some stupid
these days,
thing.
yeah.
And it has nothing to do with any of that.
Doesn't have to these days.
Right? Yeah, I know it.
You gotta be walking on eggshells.
I'll say that if I had to identify as anything, I would identify as a Phil Rivera pipe. Because if I'm going to identify as something, it better be the finest item around.
I was working on a commercial for Mark TPI for his X221 stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Are you familiar with this stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. So I was doing I'm working on a commercial for it, and I came up with a new term called pipe atrophy, or pip atrophy. And it's when your pipe has been sitting for a while, it's got dust on it, it's not looking so lustrous anymore. It's looking a little down. Makes you depressed. It's pipe atrophy. Yeah.
Is that what you got, Sippo? Or am I might be misunderstanding something.
You talking about the rocket ship?
I might be misunderstanding. I was thinking of a pipe. But I might be wrong.
It's really the sister in a fat suit.
I'm smoking my Rivera Billiard. What's
Todd, did your sister take over your chat? Oh, Martin's D scale. Rocket ship.
That just sounds so weird. Especially because I know Martin, so I picture Martin, and then I picture D scale, and I'm like, I don't even know.
Oh man, oh yeah, that Jeff has been crazy lately.
Okay, either it's so dangerous that I have to hide.
With that new place he's at. Oh, he pulled out a.
That's what you got, Zippo? Dang. Oh, his pipes are affordable, man.
If I click on this, is it gonna pull me away from here?
It might. I did it on my phone.
Oh.
Because it pulled me away on the phone, so it probably would on here.
Well, Derek is my co-host, and he is going to grade some pop culture things, movies, books, etc.
Did you pull a muscle or something?
Yeah, I like Derek's little nerd time.
Just tell me the plan.
That's what you guys should call it, like Derek's Nerd Hour or Nerd Minute, because it's like nerdy nerd stuff. And
Yeah,
that's
Jeff
not bad.
cracks me up. I felt bad because I had to miss some lives. That's been the hardest part of this week, is just missing people's content. Because I always feel guilty.
Yeah.
You know, people will see mine, and I try to replicate the support back or reciprocate.
That's
And
why I try and show up to as many lives as I can. I can't always watch all the videos, but I can at least try and make the lives.
yeah.
Yeah, when
And
you pulled up
today
the
I
mail
didn't. I didn't get any. I did get Chris though, which I have missed lately. So it was nice to be there.
Were you there for Jeff's for when he pulled out that pump? He reached from behind this curtain and pulls out this box. So he's like, "I'm not gonna tell you what it is."
That was a
I'm not gonna
long
tell you
time
what it is."
ago.
No. That was what, like last week, wasn't it?
Because he did,
Maybe
unless it was
twice.
the second time, but he's done that before.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Jeff
And he
needs to
was
quit
like-
pulling shit out.
Yeah, he pulls that out, and I go, "What are you doing?" or something like that. And he was like, "What's this thing for?" And then he just looked at the camera all funny. Because it was before. Remember that month or so where he was drinking a little more than we wanted to see him drinking.
Yes.
It was right before that. Because he gave a look like he would give it had he been drinking, but he hadn't been drinking yet. So to see that look on his face sober was after saying, "I wonder what this thing is for."
You know, I don't know that we've ever seen Jeff's sober face. You know,
His
if we're being
sober
honest here.
face is most people's drunk face.
Yeah. I don't.
But he'd be one of those dudes that is fun to heck to work with.
Oh yeah.
Like if you had to be somewhere early in the morning and you didn't want to get up and you weren't ready to go and you get to work and he's there, your day just gets better.
Yeah.
Because you're like, if that guy can like skip a night's sleep and drink until he gets to work and be that happy all the time, like
No,
what you're going through seems a lot less terrible.
Yeah. Yeah. Give him something to keep him busy. And
I like when people were trying to vibrators.
God, it's so nasty.
They had these metal, like egg-shaped vibrators. It was on some sort of hoarding show, and there were 200 of them. So even if they would have been new, they were all like scuffed up and marked. And the guy's like, "All right, can you get rid of these?" And she's like, everything in here is an art piece." And he's like, "No one's gonna buy these."
It's like you go into like a head shop and they have these really nice glass, tobacco water devices. I think they call them now, safely. And they're like $70, $80, $100, and you're like, why would I ever smoke anything out of that? Why would I own it then? It's too beautiful and costs too much. It's like it's the same way I feel about like those $1,000 pipes with the gold band. Would I love one? Yeah. Would I ever smoke it? Hell no.
Nope.
And that's the point of a pipe. All I'm going to be doing is looking at the thing, wishing I could smoke it, and not daring myself to.
My problem is I always want to take my Phil Rivera's pipes everywhere, but I make myself leave them at home because my luck, I'd break them or something.
That's why the LCS I have this one, Simon's, this little stubby. Call it Mr. Stubbs.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
hey,
love this
Nelly,
thing.
how you doing?
You can take that thing anywhere. Hey, Nelly.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Dad, what kind of auctions they hold there with that kind of
Mm-hmm.
merchandise on hand. Yeah, they were living
Well,
in the basement of this place, and I'm like, you two are quite the pair.
that reminds me of so a long time ago we on the west side there was this outfit that would go and they would bid on um, storage units, and then they would take that back, and that's what the auction. They would have an auction that night or
Yeah,
Friday
yeah.
nights or something. And it was a bunch of crap, but it was fun to go to because you could bid on stuff for like $5. It's like penny slots. You don't care what you get. It's just the fun of being there. You're at an auction and you get to win stuff, and you don't have to leave broke. So, but yeah,
Oh, cool.
and
How you
so
doing, Nelly?
I suspect that's what they have.
I,
There
I,
is
yeah,
they're
I
getting.
would hate to be the person that does those bidding all unit, spends like $500, and all that's in there is like a used stained pillow and a bunch of those used vibrators. I'd be like, I'm taking that 500 back.
Ron Jeremy goes to prison, and you get one of his. You win his. One
Ron
of his
Jeremy.
storage units.
Ron
Just a bunch
Jeremy's
of.
pinky ring. No, thank you.
Bunch of used sex toys and shit.
I know
Autographed
Facebook is like
dildos.
trying to turn into Craigslist with all the auctions.
Yeah.
Every time I see Facebook, I'm grateful I'm no longer on it.
Yeah. Don't buy any of those ads. Anything from those ads that are on there. It's all crap. It's
I've seen
worse than
people.
Wish.
That's one fun thing to watch. Like, if you're having a hard time falling asleep, is just YouTube, Craigslist, items sold. There is some crazy stuff. It's like equal parts hilarious and equal parts terrifying.
Right. That's what it's like what Dan's saying here. That means there's people buying adult products from Facebook auctions from guys in Ohio. Let's go a bit deeper from guys like Jeff in Ohio. Oh.
Yeah, I'm only in groups. Naps. That's funny. I haven't been feeling right because usually, if I take a nap in the daytime, it's usually because I've had too much mental stimulation, and I almost where I'll stare off if I don't do it.
Yeah.
So I'll be like a 10 or 20-minute nap. It's not much. Today I napped the entire afternoon. So I've only been awake like now like 5 hours. And
it's like last week I was going to bed at like 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 in the morning, and waking up at 6, 7 in the morning, working and then doing the same thing. And so today I slept it until like 10:30. Got some sleep. I feel so much better.
I've been going to bed at 8. I told my wife, I'm like, getting old. I said, this is bad, honey, because she has nights by the time the day's over, she's ready for bed by 8. I tease her a little bit, and that's how I felt. I'm just like, it's time for bed. And she was the other night, she was like, I was ready to maybe watch a show or something with you, and she's like, I come downstairs and you're already in bed, the lights are out. She's like, I guess I'll go to bed too. What? I don't care.
Yeah. Sometimes it's nice to go to bed early. Yeah, Nelly, no problems. I hope you like the tray. I watched your video. The whole thing. I watched it. It wasn't bad.
I'm glad you
Wasn't bad.
almost blew hot embers on yourself, but didn't. I'm smoking some John Marr. This has around maybe around 7 or 8 months since I've gotten it. It's bright red Virginia Turkish Cavendish with bourbon and vanilla. And even though my thing, they're not ruining the smoke.
Yeah, that's okay, Nelly. It was good to hear from you. It was good to see you get a video out.
That's literally Nelly.
Oh, and Nelly, I'm digging
sorry.
the.
I didn't want to disclude you from how we've been joking half the evening here.
I love the. And I meant to leave a comment, but I watched it on the TV, and it's hard to leave a comment. It won't let me do it, and so I just forgot. So I'm making the comment now. Saw it. It was great. Hope you like it. I'm loving your,
That's true,
your
Dan.
Van Gogh. I'm loving your Van Gogh.
Yes, those pictures were really cool. I haven't seen Van Gogh art in person for a long time.
I love Van Gogh.
Really missed it. When we lived in Omaha, we'd go see a lot more places because we were. Well, I had a very good job. Second job I had was awesome. I worked. I had time to be home for breakfast and early lunch. Then I'd go to work and I'd be back. I'd really only miss, so I'd eat that at work, and then I was usually back home by 11 at night because it was Hawaii hours, so 8 to 5 was usually around 11 to 10. But it was a really good job, and it was perfect for me because a lot of physical issues at the time. So I basically got to just go sit down and answer calls, but you were free to move around as you took your calls and stuff. You could kind of do whatever. So where I was working was great because the department I was in answered incoming calls. So yeah, one day you might have 30 calls, but another have one the whole day. So you could sit and chat with people around you and get to know everybody. And it was awesome. Like the first place I worked, they were like, we're going to spend a lot of time here, family, just come and get your work and get out. And that was kind of it. And then the second place was the opposite. You walked in, they're like, we got to be here when we see our families. So we're going to be a family here. We're going to be respectful to everybody and work together and get along. And that was such a better place to work with, man. Everybody was great. The managers were great. They understood. So if you, they'd record, calls were recorded because it was a call center. And so through the week, different supervisors would review calls and how you handled them. And that was great because if you got great feedback, you got an extended lunch and then they buy it for you.
Nice.
So instead of your 30-minute lunch, then you're getting an hour and a half lunch, and they buy it from somewhere nice and kind of let you take your time. And I got a lot of good reviews on that. So it was like twice a week I was getting free food. And it was great because then you'd make people laugh like later in the week. So it might be a difficult day, and then you'd hear the supervisor start laughing, and then I'd cheer people up. It was cool.
I think my job that I have right now is the best one I've ever had. I love it. Even though like the last 3 years, the company that bought us has made it really difficult.
I was gonna say, Zippo, if you really don't like it, a guy who really likes it is Little
Todd,
Fat Morgan.
Onion. Send some to Onion. Onion loves that stuff too.
Yeah, sometimes you'll get stuff like that where it'd be good, but then it's too much of that flavor for you, depending on how your taste buds and stuff are. Well, it's just like you liked saffron, but for Dan, he got a lot of floral note to it, more than I even knew could be possible in that blend. So it's cool because everybody's different. So that means if someone doesn't like a blend, there's someone out there who will. I mean, I thought that Everett loved grape, and I found out that Dingus really liked.
Yeah, it's not bad. I don't, it's not. I'm not like over the moon about it, but it's not something I'd smoke every day, like I said. But it's not bad. It's not horrible once in a while. It's just it did ghost the hell out of that cob. That cob is
It's safe
permanently
for work.
Yeah. Yeah. The D scale. Yeah, Nelly, you know what? But take your win on your certifications. Nelly, if you watch her video, she tells you that she got basically the people that are in charge came through and looked through her house that she's been killing herself to keep up, and she got all aces. So I probably didn't explain that worth a shit.
No, but that's still cool anyway. I'm half sleepy enough to understand what you're saying.
Zippo, Derek, yeah, you're exactly right. You may just need a different pipe. I've had tobaccos that taste
you
like
could call
mint
the
and
segment something like D, man. That'd be hilarious.
Yep, double D. Yeah, the state came in and checked out her house that she maintains. Yeah. Very true. Some people eat snails.
Got to be stressful. My brother and his wife did foster care for felonies, and you always get paranoid, even if you know your place is good. And I've known people that have and honestly, for a lot for their own children, the state really wants you just to have the basic needs covered.
Yeah.
So like if there's accessible food, it's clean and not spoiled, and like the kids can get it for themselves even. They let a lot go because they want to keep the kids with their parents. But it is different with the foster care because and it's good, it should be this way. They should want homes for those kids. I've seen a lot of really good foster providers who have greatly kept home. I could keep a home and we clean all the time. And that is a good thing because you want them to have a good, happy home, a clean environment. No, you know what to say.
Baby smoking pipes. That's a new low. When we adopted my cousin's son, and so we went through the state to do that because the state took him away from my cousin. And yeah, Derek, I know, right? But
Dingus and me.
What we discovered was if you're family, you can do kinship adopt, and it's a lot less stringent on the requirements in the home. But if you're a foster home, dude, you got to have it's strict. You got to have all the medicines got to be in one spot, locked up, and out of the reach of children. You got to have good luck having like a pool or a what are those bouncy things? Trampoline. Yeah. You got to fence all that off, and food has to be kept properly. The place has to be spotless. Yeah, they don't play around with that stuff. It's just the only difference is how often they actually get in to make those inspections with the state. They don't have enough people to get regular inspections.
No way, Papa Bear. So, congratulations, man.
Wow, twins. I love how
that's
you put hashtag
awesome.
too. Hashtag twin babies. You know what that means, Papa Bear?
Well, that's happier than E&A's dad's.
Twice as much diapers. Yes, this is creepier than Robert's doll.
Because Robert's doll, it at least leaves more to the imagination, so it's a little more fun. But
Yeah, but Robert's doll, the eyes follow you. This one, not really.
that's true. I like when one of my friends had an older sister, and dolls from when she was a kid, especially if you're not the oldest, there ends up being toys in your house that your parents have forever from the other kids. So I had tons of toys that had been my brother's, and my friend Patrick's sister had one of those dolls where lay down and the eyes close and sit up and they open. And at some point it was broke, and the way it broke was whatever mechanism in the back, how it broke, because they seemed simple. Its head, and he looked down at it, and one opened like it was almost winking, and we're like, oh God. So he threw it in his sister's room and shut the door, and he told his parents they have to throw the doll away.
This is like my life. I do this. I get the grandbaby.
You're like this, and you're like, this is like my life. That's cool though, man. Either way, twins or not, that is awesome.
Oh, and Nellie bought one of my sweatshirts.
Nice.
Yeah,
I got
and,
it. That thing I was forgetting as I look at your merchandise.
Edwin Pipes and Pours. He bought a mug. But Nellie, since you're here, so I have everything on that page set to 0 for me, so it should be the cost for you guys. Yours, they set up, and I hadn't gotten to that one yet, so we accidentally made $3 off that sweatshirt. So you have $3 credit in our store. Because we're for the first month we don't want to make any money off of any of the stuff. We just want to get it set up. Yeah, and let me know, Nellie, how long it takes to get to you and if it's good quality and all that. Because I don't want to be sending this stuff out or having people buy it if it's crap. But it should be good stuff. I mean, they have name brand.
That's right. Yeah, stock up on the tobacco. That's right. You're going to go from ordering tobacco to ordering a buttload of diapers.
Diapers. That's the thing. I think most moms are proud when the kids are potty trained because it's been a long road. I think dads are happy and proud because they don't have to buy diapers anymore.
That's probably accurate.
I remember Junior was in diapers till he was 4, right? And we didn't have any money, and we just had Tiffany, so we had 3 kids in diapers. And I mean, I was broke just buying freaking diapers. And so I remember one day we were trying to decide if we were going to buy diapers or food or something like that. And I looked at the boy and I said, "You're done. You're out of diapers." And he's like, "Okay." And that was it. If I had known it was going to be that easy, I would have done it a year earlier.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like, okay. I'm like,
yeah, one of our friends was having troubles, and it came down to it like that, where he was using washcloths in the kids' underwear because there was nothing else he could do. He had like just 2 days till he got paid or something like that. And
yeah,
I don't know what to do.
Yeah, you can't let him run around.
Like, do you have washcloths? Yeah, I have washcloths. I go, good, use washcloths. Like, you only got to get by 2 days. The kid is going to be fine. I know, they clean him up fine anyway. So, like, just to get by.
Well, it's what they used to do anyway. Cloths. You know, I mean, they didn't have wipes in the 20s.
One of my friend's mom, when I was in high school, she had remarried and they decided to have kids. So she was in her 40s. She was having 3 more kids, and so they had a bunch of kids, and we were all surprised because, you know, we weren't surprised because she loves kids. Than like when her kids hit teenagers, then there was a very visible line that she did not like them as much. There was something about her, she didn't like them once they got older, and I could kind of understand that. Like, now they're teenagers, they're driving, and I'm nervous, so they're eating more, whatever. But like, it was a total like psychological wall, and so we were all kind of like, oh, you know, congratulations, and then you're kind of thinking about like we need to make sure we're over here alive and help look after the kids. and she went on this deal where she like, I'm using only cloth diapers. So she was making them and everything's like, I'm gonna sell some and sell them. We're like, well, that's you're trying to make some money while you're off at work, help on the side and do the right thing. To the point where she was wanting to sell the used ones, and they were, some of them were stained, and I'm like, you can't sell the stain. Don't do it. Maybe those are the Craigslist ones. I don't know where she was selling them, but
that's the
I wouldn't want to buy used ones. Don't sell used ones.
You don't buy underwear at Goodwill, you know.
Yeah.
You just don't do it. You don't buy underwear at Goodwill. It's been worn.
Huh. I do. Sell the used ones too. We'll make more money. I hate throwing these things away, so she wash them. And you're like, I can still see what the kid had for lunch.
No.
Like, you don't want to.
No.
I mean, you can't even donate like used toys and stuff. Because when we used to watch my niece a lot niece by marriage, before they moved to the other end of the state, we had toys around all over the place, and they were hardly used, but they were clean and there were no stains or anything, and you couldn't even donate those.
But yeah, you can get used sex toys from Jeff.
You know, Jeff just had to he had to make sure they were broken in. Put them through a test. So, now they had to be Jeff verified.
The hat, it's not that it was out of them. It's that I think they were out of that material color. So I went in and changed it to just one color, and now it's available because that's the one I want to buy. But Betty won't let me buy it till next payday. And my live is at 1:30 tomorrow, my time. That's 4:30 your time. So 4:30 p.m. Nelly, which the Super Bowl is what time? 3:30 our time. So 7 o'clock your guys' Eastern, right? Is that right? Super Bowl's at 7 in the East.
You said yours is 1:30 Pacific?
Yeah, my live is 1:30 Pacific, which is 4:30 Eastern.
That'd be 4:30 Eastern.
Yeah. So, and I think I saw that the Super Bowl is 1:30 p.m., but I didn't know if that was Pacific or Central or Eastern. Because I don't know, it's going to be kind of hard to do a live in the middle of the freaking Super Bowl. I mean, I'm not watching it, but
I won't be watching it.
I could care less.
I get more fed up watching sports just because what's all around the sports. Because I really love sports for seeing the athletes get to do what they were born to do and what they train to do. And when you see that by different people around it, it takes the fun out of it.
Well, yeah, they need to leave the politics out of it. It's a freaking game. You know,
I agree, and especially like the whole kneeling and not doing the pledge thing. Like, that pisses me off. There's this really great lady that came from North Korea. She defected there, and she's talking about, like, I mean, you can't wear jeans there. They have concentration camps underground. She said one of her friends wore jeans one time because they have spies that walk around through areas and house. And if you get caught wearing jeans, they'll lock you in there for months. And they beat her friend until she could no longer use her legs for wearing jeans. If you do anything at all, like laugh at something Kim Jong-un or somebody did, they'll wipe out you and the 3 generations of your family. We got it good here,
Nelly.
and I hate when people hype about we don't have it good and we're meaner than this or that. It's like, there and tell me how bad.
Even on our worst days, we're still better. You're still better off here than anywhere else in the world. I mean, it's just being honest. Even on the worst day. Nelly goes, she agrees with Zippo, and then she says, "But go Bengals."
But go Bengals. That's funny.
But go Bengals. Yeah, because Zippo just wants to watch Mary J. Blige. Patrick.
Yeah, I did like hockey from time to time. Man, I did watch some Olympics today. I watched luge, and gosh, if I didn't have seizures, like, that would be what I wanted to do. Like, you had to feel like your face was the windshield of a jet.
I'm boycotting the Olympics.
It was. Oh, I am too. I saw it in a waiting room.
But hockey, yeah.
Yes, Zippo.
We used to go to on the west side, they had a bunch of AAA teams, low leagues. And those are the best, man. That's like college football, right? Because, like, high school football, whatever, but college football, and then you got the pros, right? Pros is like whatever. College, they're trying harder. You know what I mean? They'll stretch themselves out for that extra play. Whereas the NFL, it seems like once they get those $1 million deals, that's it. They start protecting themselves because now they're an investment.
Yeah.
So, oh, look, Sister 19, LOL, online again. From View Phoenix.
Man, I gotta thank moderators, which is most viewers here tonight, because you guys have been rocking.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, Patrick. I used to ski and I was naturally good at it, but I don't know if I could do those jumps. If you imagine how high they're actually going and you place yourself mentally in that position, I'd be like, I'm going to hit that snow and sink to the ground below it and die.
I saw a little bit of Shaun White. I think it was like same thing. It was like in passing somewhere, and they were showing his run in the Olympics, his second run, and that's exactly what I was thinking.
Moderator.
When he's going down, and you can see the mountains behind him, and he's going, and he's level up with the mountains in the distance, and you're like, that's got to be 40, 45 feet in the air. Forget that shit.
The most of a jump I ever did on skis wouldn't have been more than like 6 feet.
Yeah.
Like from ski to ground. And that was scary enough.
Yeah.
But gosh, I miss skiing, Papa Bear. That was fun. I did that in Boy Scouts. Yeah, my brother had me do, we all did the training thing, and they tell you pizza shape. And I was going on this slope now because I was doing a green with easy level, Well, you had like the bunny slope, which actually when they had the bunny slope, that was actually a great track. That was fun. And then I was doing a green and it was no problem until there was a lead off. So you're going down like this, and then there was a trail that you come down to on the right that would take you to Black Diamond. And I didn't know that was going to a Black Diamond. So my brother yelled, "You're on your way to a Black Diamond." And I go, "Oh, crap." So right before the trees, I went, so I'm down the slope, and here's the trail. So I went that trail over the side, something like this, then back onto the green slope. And I was going so dang fast that the pizza shape did nothing. You're talking probably going at least 60 miles an hour. I was going so fast that I just eventually was like, I'm going to hit somebody. It's going to be bad. So I put my legs, like my feet next to each other and just kind of balled up at my side. And man, I slid for so far up looking for my skis. And my brother knew what, he knew what I was doing. He could see, because I was right to the line of people taking the lift to go to the slope. So I was going to hit somebody going really fast. My brother comes over and somebody was like, and they're all laughing at my brother getting there. And they all shut up after that. But this I can't believe the speed I was going, man. It was stupid. I'm just glad I didn't do the Black Diamond, because we went up a different lift and you could see people doing it. And you're like, yeah, I wouldn't want to do that.
Did I tell you about my skiing incident?
I don't know.
So I think I was like 10 or 11. I was 11. And so I went to go stay with my dad in Idaho, and it was this small town called Grangeville, and it's not too far from these ski slopes. And so my now stepbrother Jamie, before he was my stepbrother, my dad was like, "Here, he's gonna hang out with you today." So I was like, "Okay." So he's like, "We're going skiing." I say, "Well, I've never been before." He's like, "Well, we'll get you rented stuff, and then I'll show you." I was like, "Cool." So we go, and he spends about, I don't know, 30 minutes on the bunny hill with me, showing me the pizza triangle, And then we go up, and first off, they got those T-bars instead of the damn chairs, right? So I don't know if you've ever experienced those, but I got hit in the back of the head a couple of times. And then we get up there, and he's like, "Okay, so just go that way, and you should be fine." I'm like, "Okay." So I start off, and then everything just starts going faster, faster, and faster, and faster, and I can't do anything. I'm moving, nothing's happening. I can't slow down. I'm too afraid to do the wedge, because now I'm doing like what appears to be 70 miles an hour, and trees are just going. And this place wasn't that big, so not too far from me, I can see the cars in the parking lot, and I'm like, I'm heading straight for that. So I remember him telling me, if you get into trouble, fall over. So I fell over, but it was right at the same time that I went off a jump, because I couldn't steer myself. So I just went poof, and that's when I decided, oh, I'm in trouble. I'll lean over, and so I yard sailed. I mean, I popped a hip out of joint. I had one ski in, the other one was way off. I had one pole, the other one was gone. I ended up rolling down the rest of the hill, and I've never gone skiing again.
Jesus. Yeah, I've
Never
done
will.
3 times. Oh man, it was fun though. Oh, that's cool. That's something I want to do, Dan. I love that scene on with Adam Sandler and Kevin James, and there's gonna water ski, and he's holding it, and they floor it so the boat's up in the air, and freaking Rob Snyder, who is the bomb, is just. Oh my gosh! I love when he's like, I give you the key to the room. I pronounce. He's like, I give you key. Yeah. Okay, and he's like, I give you key anyway. And he's asking his size, and he's like, what size of 5 times XL. Like, jeez.
I was watching one of his movies. They just put on Netflix. That's My Boy or something like that. I haven't watched that one before. That one is funny as hell. That thing is
Dude,
hilarious.
he keeps making rock star movies, man.
Except for the sequel, Grown Ups. That's what you were talking about. That movie.
Yeah, Grown Ups was the one. I didn't see the second.
Don't. I bought that sight unseen because the first one was so good, right? The second one can't be bad. It sucks. It is the most horrible piece of garbage that has ever been put out. Don't even bother watching it.
Oh,
If you
man.
get a free option to watch it, say no thanks. I'd rather go sit in a field of cacti with no pants on than watch that damn piece of shit again. Tell you,
What was?
it was so bad.
Shoot! What movie? Oh, did you see? Oh, with Liam Neeson. Oh, Taken.
Yeah.
So I watched Taken 1 and it was good, and I watched Taken 2 and it was cheap, but it was okay. I worked with drove me nuts because he wanted to argue about the dumbest things, and so he's giving me advice on movies to see, and I could already tell I wouldn't like what he was gonna say, but I listened to him anyway, and he's like, okay, so Taken 3, he goes, I like to explain it this way. Taken 2 isn't as good as Taken 1, and Taken 3 isn't as good as Taken 2, but they're all worth watching. I'm like, if 2 wasn't really worth me watching, why would I go if you said it's worse than 2? Like, the ending of 1 was good enough. Yeah. Liam Neeson saved 2 because he's Liam Neeson. But it drove me crazy because the only way they really included the daughter in the second one when she's rescuing him is he's like throw smoke bombs here and here so you know where I'm at. And it was like they found a way to include the character, but it fit. Like, the best line of the whole thing was when he's telling the terrorist dude, I've had enough of this. And you're like, okay. But I'm like, I don't even want to know what 3 would have been like. Like, best sequel to 1 would have been what Family Guy did when they had Meg captured and she's going to marry that prince that was all nice. And then Stewie came and took him out.
Freaking. Okay.
Oh, geez, Dan.
Yeah, that I learned the hard way. When you get by a cactus, don't ever kick it.
The other movie trick where what was it called? Where he gets in an accident and forgets things, and he starts relearning his skills. That movie was awesome. He's in a taxi cab in like Europe, and it gets in a wreck. It's like,
I haven't seen that one.
But Liam Neeson, basically, it turns out he was this dude that was a bad guy. He was this assassin, and they created all these fake pictures and all this stuff, all this information to make it look like he had a real portfolio. He gets in the accident and forgets, so they go with Plan B to heist. And he's remembering by mistake these fake meetings with his fake fiance and all these pictures and stuff. And so then he's like questioning his ID, and he finds this guy who's his replacement thief, but he thinks he just stole his identity. And dang it, that was a great movie. And then the other one where he his job is to take out wolves and stuff.
Oh, that was good.
That was really good. That was sad, but that was a good movie. Like, that kind of fear. I love that feeling in some movies.
He just did a movie we watched. It was like he had to drive a truck on the ice road to get some supplies somewhere, and it like gets hijacked. and him and this girl have to fight off the hijackers on the ice road. Yeah, that was pretty good. It's getting hard. Like with two. Okay, so Taken, you got 2 and 3. Okay, 1. What are the odds that someone like him is going to have his family taken once, let alone 3 freaking times? Okay, let's just go there. But dropping that, it's hard for me to believe that there's a 60-something, 70-year-old man busting that much ass anywhere. I can't go outside even on my best day when I was like last year when I was in decent shape, hiking all the time. Dude, what if I went in and did half the stuff he did in one day? I wouldn't be walking the next day. Like if it was a real movie, the next day would be like Bengay and resting up, having some coffee, taking Tylenol, maybe some OxyContin. I don't know, and maybe some prune juice to keep things moving. That would be a realistic thing, and then looking at these bruises because he's on blood thinners. Because he's fucking 70. Who's not on blood thinners at 70? So he's on blood thinners. So he's going to have bruises all over the place. It's all bull. But no, this guy goes in, whoops, an entire facility's ass, right? Everybody in there. And then the next day goes in and does it again. Bull. If I have a hard crap in one day, I feel it the next. There's no way this dude's whooping that much butt.
Sorry. I pictured God, what is that dang movie? I say Remember Me, but I know that's not the right movie.
Could be.
And it's got such a clever title too. But he's right. He rides a taxi, and then he's finding out he's dealing with all these bad guys, and he ends up beating them. But it's when I picture a fight scene he has with this big Russian dude, and then his friend, and I'm just like, I'm imagining how my legs would feel. And I'm like, oh, I can't do this anymore. Then they chase the guy. I'm like, yeah, I didn't get away. Ron Dingus. Yeah, Dan, I was lucky enough to get a knee full of cactus. I was playing paintball, and I was crouched moving really low, and I just planted my knee into a cactus. And and the funny part was when I got up, it had pinned my jeans to my knee. But I finished that paintball match and won, and then got to sit there. The victor was picking his cactus out of his knees. Cactus is good, especially if you put it in the fridge. It's a lot like cucumber. Cookies.
Give him a hamburger patty.
Oh, nice. Papa Bear, I'll have to check them out, bud. Yeah. Five Brothers is good stuff. It's one that's really...
Nelly, look.
I don't know what kind it is here, but I'll go out with a knife on a hike and just cut some cactus and eat it right there.
Well, yeah, you're in the freaking desert. Well, you know what? I'm in a desert too, but we don't have any cacti. We just have weird grasses and shrubs. We have a lot of sage.
Yeah, we got sage.
Yeah, we don't have any
I have
cacti.
a love-hate relationship with sage because I'm allergic to it and it hates me.
Oh, that sucks.
And when it's blooming, I can smell it for miles. Like the wind hits it, I can smell it from the house. Doesn't matter if it's a mile and a half over a hill. Drives me crazy.
So Nelly, this is my extras mixes from last year. So it's I'm gonna have to the McSwine Christmas blend or 2021 blend.
I'm gonna have to press some of that pistachio blend and see what it's like. God, that would probably be really good pressed. That one was fantastic, not pressed.
I should have smoked this before I pressed it, and then smoked it after I pressed it.
Uh-oh.
Could have, would
The dingus dilemma.
Yep, that's okay. It's my
I-
first pressing.
I had a jar I put with a whole bunch of a Frankenstein blend last year, and then I made a press of it, put that in the top, and then I've got like another bowl and a half and a Ziploc bag, and I'm like, I'm getting too much of this stuff. I gotta slow down. One was really good because it had like 10 really great blends in it. So no matter what I got, it was like, oh, this is good, this is good, this is good. The
That's
other
like
one
the
I
last-
smoked, I was like, this is not so good.
The last couple Yabos I've gotten been nothing but good. I mean, like Steve, the only thing he sent me that I haven't liked was Mountain Camp. Mountain Camp has too much smoke for me. You know what I mean? It's like too much Latakia.
Oh gosh, Dan. Ooh, under the toenail.
Yeah, right. That's like Vietnam era torture.
Thank you, Nelly. I love watching the reviews on those. Zippo makes me hungry for pistachios, man. He and Dan describing that, I'm like, I need to go eat some.
You don't have to send me anything, Nelly. He's all good. You already sent me a bunch of stuff. Still smoking that Solani. That stuff's delicious. Kringle Flake.
Oh, thank you,
2021,
Dan.
Golden Days of Yore. Jaw Wintertime. K&K Wintertime. Maple Street. Oh, I just got some of that Maple Street. I tried a little bit of it and then put it away. That's like on Stumbo's that orange blend he did. I'm gonna put that away for a year and see if that mellows the orange a little bit.
I wasn't really too surprised because a lot of people use the peel like the zest.
Yeah.
But I know it can be bitter, so I was a little bit surprised because I know Stumbo's great at blending anyway. But at the same time, I don't, he knows what he's doing with that blend. I don't know how it would be if he did it any different.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to picture if he could do it without the peel, actually just used orange juice versus like juicing orange versus the peel. I don't know if it would have the desired effect or if it would be any odd.
When you smoke it, it starts off with all you taste is the orange, and then it switches to the Virginia start picking up, and it's weird. As you smoke it down the bowl, as the orange goes away, the Virginias pick up. So
nice.
And then the preak's always there. So I figure if you put that away for about a year and let everything meld together, it should end up with a sweet marmalade or sweet orange flavor to it.
Oh, marmalade would be a good blend.
Yeah.
That would be really good. If you could make it like that to begin with.
Yeah. That'd be tasty.
I don't know what all you would need to do that. I would imagine sugar.
Well, I was watching, like I said, I had videos going on the TV, and so off my phone, and it just auto-played to Mutton Chop, of course. And he was talking about what he smokes when he's out in public and why. And I've watched it before, but he was talking about how people will come up and say, "Hey, what is that?" And he'll tell them, and they're like, "Wow, that is really nice." And then get someone else to come over, smell that. That's nice. And it really changes the way people look at pipe smokers, and not just us. The next person they see smoking a pipe. So like having something like a marmalade That'd be pretty sweet. At the same time, though, I figure screw them. I don't want to. Sometimes those aromatics they smell wonderful, but they taste like shit. You know,
Yeah, I know.
I, I'd,
I
I'd,
know what
I'd
you.
rather
I,
smoke something I enjoy.
the first tobacco I remember smelling was a cherry one, whatever kind it was, that a neighbor smoked, and I only saw him while he was smoking just a couple of times, but great, and I enjoyed the heck out of cherry when I started, and like Laneberry cherry, it was really good to me, and I
Yeah,
guess
you talk
now
about
I
that
just
one quite a
notice
bit.
of any cherry blend that's added in. So it's very difficult to make a cheap blend using any of that and hide
Well,
the little bit of
I
chemical.
think I think part of the issue is, and so a
Me
lot of people
either.
start off with the aromatics, and I think it's because the flavor is so good, but
Oh, thank you, Nelly.
once you start smoking a pipe regularly, your palate changes from that day forward, and it's like a constant evolving thing. Like when I first started smoking pipes, I couldn't really taste Virginias. I really couldn't appreciate the nuances of Orientals. And so I stuck with the aromatics because it was easy and it tasted good. But then as you get about 6 months into your pipe journey, you start tasting all those other things, and then you realize that these aromatics are really lacking. You know,
Yeah,
And when you get into like the vapors where you have sweetness, you have a good tin note, you have a good room note, and you have good flavor, but it's all natural tobaccos.
yeah.
There's no flavoring in there. That's to me that's amazing. That's like the
Well,
pinnacle. Anybody can make anything taste like anything. I can take shit and make it taste like strawberries, but it doesn't mean I want to smoke that.
and that's just like the pistachio blend. If I smack how it is, it's awesome. Go smoke a flavored or topped pistachio, it tastes nothing.
Right. Exactly.
I can't even imagine
Exactly.
it.
No,
And I
no,
like
no.
aromatics. I like a lot of Scotties. I like Trout Stream. Even though that one can be goopy, I still enjoy the flavor. Old Shenandoah, Hearth and Home, some of the Lane ones, they do a good job. Like Hearth and Home Berry Nice is today one of the best berry ones I ever had. It tastes like blueberries after it ages a bit, and it doesn't get all goopy and weird, and it does well in blends. I don't get chemical BS with it, but
You know,
it's frustrating because the ones that do overdo it with toppings do a big disservice to tobaccos.
huge, huge.
Because if you
Because
could
once you
get
get
like
past,
whenever I make an actual my cherry blend, it's gonna have like juiced cherries in it and a little bit of rum. It's because I did that with lemon and it turned out amazing. Because that came out with smelling like lemon chop cake, and then you could smoke it and taste lemon the whole way through. You could mix it with some perique and have lemon pepper. That was amazing, and it was two juiced big ass lemons with a half a cap of rum, and then it was cured, and that was it, and dried out. But it took about total around 7 days to be perfect. It was amazing. And the same with
Martin,
honey blending and other stuff. So I'm like, anytime I'm going to use any fruit or call my blends cherry and known that it's with Lane BCA or not Lane BCA, Lane Very Cherry or something else, it's going to have fresh fruit in it. And I'll figure out how to make it so it can't go bad. But I'm only going to do stuff with fresh fruit.
so Dan says he had a couple of ladies approach him on the docks while smoking an arrow. Asked if he minded if they sat with him for a while because it reminded them of her late husband. And I got to say, that's something I get. I I honestly expect someone to come up and complain about the pipe, but more often than not, like I've been asked to smoke a pipe in someone's house because they liked the way it smelled and they reminded them of their grandpa. So it's crazy, what people that those smells, what it'll bring back to them. And
I
Nelly,
really like Papa
Yeah.
Bear. I really like the Beside the Fire from the Country Squire and Rivendell. I think that's from them either. Those are really, really good ones. The By the Fire one is awesome because you feel like you're by a fireplace while you're smoking it. It's awesome. It tastes great. Yeah, there are a lot of aromatics I like. So I can never just say, oh, all Englishes are gross, all aromatics are gross, all Virginias are gross. There are some of everything I don't care for. But there are some of everything that I like a lot. And yeah, aromatics, any blend can be screwed up, whether it's aromatic or not.
that is true.
Aromatics just make it easier because I feel like some of the people that blend them don't actually smoke them.
Right? It's kind of like Gordon Ramsay when he's like telling the chefs, "Did you eat this? Did you try this?" And they're like, "No." And he's like, "Why would you send it out then?
Yeah,
If you won't smoke your own shit, don't sell it."
that's exactly it. That we need a tobacco Gordon Ramsay because we wouldn't have
That'll be me.
500 C&D blends that are all cookie cutter, half-assed top.
I'll go into McBaron's warehouse and just go, "This is filth, filth. You want your customers smoking that?" I'll call them all names, Big Boy and Lunchbox and shit.
Yeah, you have a good point, Martin, because there are a lot of aromatics that are overlooked, and I think it's because people try aromatics, they either get burnt out of what they tried, or those ones aren't for them, and a lot of times they don't always check on other aromatics. And I think you're right. When I've tried non-arrows, it makes me appreciate the better quality of tobacco that isn't masked, but it also makes me appreciate more the well-done aromatics.
Yeah. Like I like that RLP6. That's a real stable tobacco, and it's got tons of flavors to chase in it. It's really good, and there's nothing that's like one over the other. It's all pretty even, especially if you let it sit for a while.
Yeah.
But and then like apricots and cream, C&D. It's a dry aromatic, but it's perfect. It's so delightful to smoke, especially in like 60-degree weather. That is a perfect aromatic, and it will not ghost your pipe. You could smoke that, and then right after that, you could smoke, a Balkan, and I don't think you would notice the difference.
Well, I think they need to go back or make another new definition for aromatics because it used to be a tobacco, like Carter Hall was aromatic.
Yeah.
Like it used to be just a tobacco that was pleasantly smelling. And now it's anything with a topping. And I don't think that's fair. I think if it's just a flat out topping, it should just be called a topping blend. It should not be called aromatic because some of those don't even smell great.
Yeah, no, agreed.
Some of them you smoke and you're getting all that goop and that weird tar taste and crap. And then you're like,
Yeah.
it's an aromatic, and someone's like, ooh, and you're like, yeah, ooh is right. But
Patrick, you're right on that. Russell, that guy's
I need to try John Cotton's. Those are ones I forget a lot.
that guy's amazing. I have some of his stuff. Everything is good. So good. Yeah,
and that's true, Nelly, too. A lot of people, because like Dingus said, you learn as you go. Your brain learns stuff. You might smoke a Virginia blend today and for the next week, and then maybe at the end of that week, you've learned enough with your mind where you go to smoke one more bowl and it's different than all others you smoked that week because you finally got all the information you could learning from everything you've just done. And learning that certain pipes do better with certain blends, and learning that maybe for you, maybe for one individual, the rate at which they smoke with the certain type of pipe makes a difference.
Dan makes a good point. So where you get soapy, Dan, I get grandma's cabinet. So it's like her perfumes and stuff like that. So I can, I think what you call soapy, I consider perfume, but it could also be soapy because a lot of soaps, especially women's bathrooms, smell like that. So I wonder if that's, when people say they get a soapy taste from something, I've never gotten that. I always get like
Oh,
grandma's, or
so
the
for
secretary's obnoxious
so for
spray.
RLP 6, Nelly, you're saying that you had burned it too fast.
Oh,
I
yeah.
haven't done that with that one, but I could imagine, because I've seen even my own blends. I've had different versions where it's like, okay, this is really good if you take it slow. Scorched, it's not as good. I've got
The RLP tastes like shit if you scorch it. If you freight train RLP, it tastes like burnt tar.
oh
Because I mean, you can imagine, you know, you get caramel right at the point before it becomes burnt. Right, that's how you get caramel is taking sugar to right to that burnt point. If you go beyond that, it tastes like hell. And if you get it right at that right point, it tastes good. Well, the same thing with RLP. You're
but
smoking that at the right temperature, and it is amazing. You start chiefing on that kind of hard, or puffing on that kind of hard. Next thing you know, it's like burnt crap.
oh, I got you, Nelly. It's Lane
Yeah.
RLP 6. I got you. Yeah, it's.
No,
I made
you
that
gotta
one
slow
blend we
smoke
called
RLP.
tongue punching Saint and Zanus, or scorched Sahara throat punch. Because when it was scorched, it was terrible. When it wasn't scorched, it was this really super flavorful, like all you could get out of burley possible, from earthiness to the full flavor of burley. Would just absolutely love that blend, and it's very dark. But if you scorched it, it was this entire monster that, like, it hurt your throat, it made you tear up and wince and stuff. But it was nothing like that. Torch it. But my problem was when I first lit it, I was smoking a short pipe with big draw, and I forgot that. So I overdrew a bunch, and then I didn't realize it was lighting kind of under the top. So I kept it too long, and yeah, that was my fault. The blend was very good otherwise, but was like, good God.
I kind of torched my tongue today because when I'm out walking, when I'm lunting, which I that's mostly when I smoke a pipe is when I'm out walking. I tend to match my walk cadence and my pipe puffing cadence. And so I'll be walking, and I just speed up as I go. So smoking, it does the same. And so then I end up torching my tongue because I got to focus on that
Is
cadence
it
of
this,
smoking.
Nelly?
Dark fired cherry. Virginia Cavendish dark fired and Turkish. Ooh.
Ken Byron does some great things.
Doesn't he also do like documentaries? Under Ken Byron documentaries.
This is amazing.
Yana too?
Yeah. It
It's
is
backwards on the camera.
black and burly. Oh, damn. Yeah, Yana, it's black and burly. It is great to blend with, and you get stuff out of it you don't get in most other burleys. So it's kind of like using stoved Virginia, or like stoved Virginia versus just any other Virginia. It's a nice difference. You get earthiness out of it, but you don't have to add a lot into a blend, so you can get precisely what you want with just a pinch. But it has very nice flavor to it.
And Todd's text to speech is just on fire tonight.
Yeah, that's my mom. Been wanting to try. John. Wait, what? Is that dark? I can't help her. I'm sorry, Tom. Yeah, dark fired cherry.
Yeah, Patrick. It's
That's
something I need to work on.
one of the better
I just-
cherry blends.
I just figured it out today, really. So now that I know it's an issue, I can start focusing on it and change it. But yeah,
Yeah, you know, Dan, if Chris hasn't, wait till Chris scorches Colt Blood Red Moon. If you scorch that stuff, that is gross.
yeah, I have scorched that because I smoke like a freight train.
Yeah. It's pretty forgiving, but once you cross the line, it's like, oh.
That's why, a lot of those aromatics, you almost got to sip them.
You need like an 8-inch long pipe, and you just need to whisper into the dang stem and get them going, because you do anything else, they can punish you.
That's like my Peterson volcano pipe I love so much. It smokes itself. Once you get it started, you can just put it down and watch the smoke coming out of the stem. It just keeps pouring out. What's TWSS?
I don't know if that was a typo or if he meant like,
Don't want to try the burly morning. Damn, type in text.
man, that's too bad. People in the UK suffer enough.
Yeah.
They don't want him to smoke. It's good.
That's what she said. That's what TWSS is.
Oh. I feel less smart than I did a little bit ago.
Right.
And I'm sitting here like, what do you mean that's what she said? I'm like,
Man, I gotta go to bed.
yeah, I'm going to head that way too.
I got a lot to get done tomorrow.
This is the latest I've stayed up all week, just about. I'm getting old, guys. I tell you, 8, I'm like, oh, it's getting close to bedtime. Then 8:30, I'm like, oh, what time is it? Midnight?
Well, it's already, it's 10:30. I doubt I can get Betty to get frisky now.
If you're lucky. Just go start giving her a massage.
Yeah,
I don't know where my hands are going. You wanted your back rubbed. I didn't want to leave the front out.
Yeah. Just the young guys out there never offer to massage your in-laws.
Oh gosh. Yeah, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it, Papa Bear. It's been good to see you guys again. I know there's some of you I see from time to time. It's good to have you here.
Papa Bear is relatively new.
Yeah, I got to look at more of your videos, man. I have, to be fair, I don't discriminate. I've missed a lot of videos this week, so I'll try to get caught up.
He does a lot of
Congratulations on the twins, man.
Yeah. Super dope. I'm glad I'm not you, though.
Is it bad when you say congratulations, and like the more you say it, the better you feel because you're being nice, but you're also going, that poor guy.
That's it. The older you get, that's the only solace you get in life is watching people go through what you've already been through. All right.
You guys have a great night, and I mean, it's still for a minute. It's gonna